Our planet is currently experiencing a significant shift in climate patterns with rising global temperatures. This warming trend has not only led to noticeable changes in weather conditions, but also poses a substantial threat to our daily lives. One sector that is particularly vulnerable to these changes is the power grid system, which is the backbone of modern society. In this video, we will explore how climate change is transforming the power grid landscape, emphasizing the importance of adapting to these changes for a sustainable future, extreme weather events and their impact. These extreme weather events can disrupt the supply chain, delay repairs, and leave communities without power for extended periods. For instance, Hurricane Maria's impact on Puerto Rico resulted in a near-total blackout, highlighting the vulnerability of power grids to such disasters. Prolonged blackouts can disrupt essential services, damage equipment, and lead to financial losses. Moreover, the elderly, low-income households, and people with disabilities may face disproportionate impacts, exacerbating existing inequalities. Climate change is increasing the frequency and severity of extreme weather events, each posing unique challenges to power grid infrastructure. Similarly, in regions heavily reliant on powered water systems, disruptions in power supply can compromise access to safe drinking water. Heat waves, for example, can cause power lines to expand, sag, and even snap due to increased temperatures. These prolonged outages can cripple local economies, disrupt businesses, and strain emergency services. These malicious disruptions can target critical infrastructure, causing widespread blackouts and jeopardizing the delivery of essential services. This was evident in the recent Texas power grid failure caused by a prolonged heat wave, which led to widespread blackouts and raised concerns about the state's power infrastructure. These renewable sources are often distributed, which means that damage to a single facility is less likely to cause a widespread outage. On the other hand, hurricanes can cause devastating damage to power infrastructure through strong winds, heavy rainfall, and storm surges. One key aspect is the integration of smart meters, which enable two-way communication between utility providers and consumers. Additionally, upgrading transformers and circuit breakers with advanced technologies can enhance grid stability and reduce the likelihood of widespread blackouts. In addition to these events, droughts pose another significant threat to power grids by depleting water sources used for cooling power plants. These technologies enable the grid to self-heal by automatically rerouting power around outages, reducing the duration and impact of blackouts. They also enable utilities to remotely connect and disconnect customers, reducing the need for manual interventions and improving outage detection. By embracing these strategies, we can create a more efficient, reliable, and adaptable power system for the future. Advancements in technology can help mitigate the impacts of extreme weather events and ensure a reliable power supply. These batteries can store excess energy generated during periods of high supply and discharge it when demand exceeds supply, providing backup power during outages or surges. Investing in resilient infrastructure is essential to enhance the reliability and sustainability of the power grid in the face of climate change. By integrating battery storage, we can smooth out fluctuations in energy supply and maintain grid stability. They consist of distributed energy resources, including renewable sources, battery storage, and smart controls. By encouraging consumers to adopt energy-saving measures, we can collectively reduce stress on the power grid. These renewable sources provide clean and abundant energy, reducing our reliance on fossil fuels and mitigating the impacts of droughts and water scarcity. These systems utilize real-time data and analytics to optimize power flow, manage renewable energy sources, and improve overall grid stability. Real-time data analytics, artificial intelligence, and machine learning algorithms can help utilities detect anomalies, predict potential issues, and optimize power distribution. Governments, utilities, and private companies must collaborate to invest in research and development, implement new technologies, and strengthen grid infrastructure. By leveraging data-driven insights, utilities can proactively identify potential issues and take corrective actions. By strengthening equipment and systems, we can better withstand extreme weather events and reduce the risk of power outages. Educating consumers about energy efficiency measures and the benefits of distributed renewable energy can empower individuals to make informed choices. These systems can help prevent cascading failures by isolating faults and restoring power more efficiently. Climate change is undeniably one of the most pressing challenges of our time. Advancements in battery storage systems, smart grid technologies, and renewable energy sources hold immense potential for enhancing grid resilience and sustainability. This scarcity of water can force power plants to reduce their output or even shut down, leading to power outages and supply shortages. They interact with other vulnerabilities, including aging infrastructure, cyber threats, and socioeconomic disparities, creating complex challenges that demand innovative solutions. This future is within reach, and it's essential for ensuring a reliable power supply in the face of climate change. But a dynamic system that must evolve to meet the challenges of the 21st century. By investing in resilient infrastructure, embracing innovation, and fostering collaboration, we can ensure that the lights stay on and that our economies and societies continue to thrive. By working together, sharing best practices, and fostering collaboration, we can build a more resilient and sustainable power grid for the future. The time for action is now. Let us seize this moment to build a better, more sustainable energy future for generations to come. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Among the sectors most affected by this phenomenon, the power grid stands out as a critical infrastructure that underpins our modern way of life. California's ongoing drought, for example, has strained the power grid as temperatures soar, leading to rolling blackouts and energy conservation efforts. Heat waves, hurricanes, and droughts can wreak havoc on power infrastructure, leading to widespread blackouts and disruptions in essential services. These extreme weather events highlight the urgent need for power grids to adapt and become more resilient to the impacts of climate change. Grid failure and its consequences. When a power grid fails, it can have cascading effects on our daily lives and the economy. For instance, during winter storms, power outages can lead to the failure of heating systems, endangering the health and well-being of vulnerable individuals. Furthermore, extreme weather events such as hurricanes and floods can cause widespread grid failures, leaving entire communities without power for days or even weeks. Moreover, the increasing frequency and intensity of cyber attacks pose an additional threat to power grid security and reliability. It is crucial to prioritize investments in resilient infrastructure to mitigate the risks of grid failures and ensure the reliability of the power supply. Investing in resilient infrastructure. One approach is to replace aging power lines with more robust materials, such as reinforced cables and underground lines, which are less susceptible to damage from extreme weather events. Another important aspect is implementing early warning systems and automated controls to detect and respond quickly to disturbances on the grid. Furthermore, diversifying the energy mix by incorporating renewable sources such as solar and wind power can enhance the overall resilience of the power grid. By investing in resilient infrastructure, we can create a more reliable and sustainable power grid that can better withstand the challenges posed by climate change. Grid modernization strategies. Grid modernization encompasses a range of strategies aimed at enhancing the efficiency, reliability, and sustainability of the power grid. These smart meters provide real-time information on energy usage, allowing consumers to monitor their consumption and make informed decisions. Another important aspect of grid modernization is the implementation of advanced grid management systems. Moreover, grid modernization includes developing smart grid technologies that can detect and respond to disturbances in real time. Furthermore, promoting energy efficiency through incentives and programs can reduce the demand on the power grid, deferring costly infrastructure upgrades and mitigating the impacts of extreme weather events. Grid modernization is crucial for enhancing the resilience and sustainability of the power grid in the face of climate change. The role of innovation. Innovation plays a pivotal role in enhancing the resilience and sustainability of the power grid. One promising innovation is the development of advanced battery storage systems. This stored energy can also be used to support renewable energy sources such as solar and wind power, which are intermittent by nature. Another innovative solution is the development of microgrids. Microgrids are smaller, localized grids that can operate independently or connect to the main grid. During major grid disruptions, microgrids can continue to provide power to critical facilities and essential services, enhancing resilience. Additionally, advancements in renewable energy technologies, such as solar and wind power, are crucial for creating a more sustainable and climate-resilient grid. Furthermore, innovations in grid monitoring and control systems can enhance the efficiency and reliability of the power grid. Moreover, innovations in energy storage, such as pumped hydro, compressed air, and thermal energy storage, can provide alternative means of storing energy, reducing stress on the power grid and supporting renewable energy integration. Embracing innovation is vital for transforming the power grid into a more resilient, sustainable, and customer-centric system that can effectively address the challenges of climate change. A collective effort. Addressing the challenges posed by climate change requires a collective effort from all stakeholders. Public-private partnerships can leverage the expertise and resources of both sectors to drive innovation and accelerate the deployment of climate-resilient solutions. Moreover, raising public awareness about the interconnectedness of climate change and power grids is crucial for building a future where everyone has access to reliable and sustainable electricity. By working together, governments, utilities, private companies, and individuals can pave the way for a more resilient and sustainable energy future. Its impacts on our planet, economies, and societies are far-reaching and demand immediate attention. The rising frequency and intensity of extreme weather events driven by climate change pose significant threats to the stability and reliability of power grids worldwide. However, it's not just about investing in physical infrastructure. It's also about embracing innovation. Imagine a future where smart grids anticipate and automatically reroute power around outages, where renewable energy sources seamlessly integrate into the power mix, and where energy storage systems provide backup power during emergencies. Moreover, the impacts of climate change on the power grid do not occur in isolation. Therefore, addressing these issues requires a collective effort involving governments, utilities, private companies, and individuals. As we navigate the complexities of climate change, it's crucial to recognize that the power grid is not just a static infrastructure. The path forward may be fraught with challenges, but the stakes are simply too high to ignore.